homies, and welcome to this episode. Today, it's gonna be a story time episode because, well, if you look at the description, it's about strip clubs. So, a guide to Guam strip clubs. Now, you're asking yourself, Corey, why the hell are you talking about strip clubs, man? Well, I'll get to that, but there's an interesting story about strip clubs that I like to share. So, let me just preface this by saying that recently a couple coworkers of mine, we happened to just, like out of the blue say, hey, let's just go check out a strip club. So, we did. We went to two, in fact. One's called Club USA, and the other is called Foxy. I'm pretty sure as a local, if you're watching this, you know what those clubs are. But if you're not a local, here's a little guide to help you with local Guam strip clubs. Now, a strip club is basically that, a place that strips, right? So, of course, what do you need this guide for? Who cares, right? Well, I've heard in stories, like in the States, that you can't touch strippers. You can only watch, right? You can tip them and shit, but you can't touch. Well, you're in luck, gentlemen, or ladies, or both, or whatever. There's just so much shit going on these days. I don't know what is what anymore, but if you happen to be in a strip club to enjoy the strippers, then welcome. Anyways, like I said, you're in luck. You're allowed to touch the stripper. Granted, if the strippers let you. It's all on the stripper's prerogative or incentive or whatever they're feeling that day. If they're feeling happy, then you're gonna be happy. If they're feeling shitty, then you're probably gonna be sorta shitty, but not as much because you're seeing a naked chick, right? That's what you're there for. But Guam doesn't have that rule where you can't touch them. You can touch them if they let you, okay? If you've seen any of the strip clubs in the States or in movies, a lot of times there's gonna be multiple stages, right, of different strippers because they have a lot of people, right? Guam, it's not so much, right? There is quite a few strip clubs, not a lot to say. I can only name 5 off the top of my head. Pretty much all the ones I've been to have only been one single stage, and then, there's like this banisters around it where you can sit at the edge of the stage, have a good time, and then there's booths and whatever. So yeah, so Guam isn't exactly like strip club central. They're there, and they're all mostly located in the village of Tumon, which has been dubbed Pleasure Island, so you can get your pleasure of food, fashion, beach, sun, dancing, drinking, stripping, massaging. All those things you can find in the single village of Tumon. So, if you're a military person, or if you're on vacation, or whatever, you're here. If you want to have a good time, especially a nightlife time, go to Tumon. That's where to go. Now, I've only been to about 4 different strip clubs in my lifetime, which I think one is no longer open, so yeah. But you can normally have a decent good time for like 20 bucks, right? That's all you really need. Like, how long do you plan on staying there? That's the question, right? But the more money you have, the more, attention you'll get from the strippers. Of course, strippers are stripping for money. That's what they're there for. But if you're just going there for a general time, 20 bucks at the least, I think you should bring with you. Mainly because, one, there's a 1 drink minimum. You have to buy something or you can't stay. You don't have to buy alcohol. They do sell bottles of water, sodas, or juices or whatever, but it is kind of pricey, okay? Like, I think a bottle of water at one place is like $5 to $6. You can go in at 18. You are allowed. 18-year-old, okay, you just can't drink. You have to be 21 to drink. If you find a seat at the banister, the little stage area, wait till you see a stripper that you want to see. Generally, in the recent times I went, each stripper gets 3 sets, which is about 3 songs, which varies depending on the song. Most of the times between 3 to 4 minutes each, depending on how long it goes. Each stripper probably has like between a 12 to 15 minute set, and so that's the amount of time that you get to see the stripper. Now, each set has its own sort of thing. The first set is the beginning. That's where the stripper just takes their time, just walks around in their clothing, however, and just scopes out, does a little stripper pole thing or whatever, and then they slowly start to peel away the clothing. The second song is when most of the clothing is gone. There still might be, the panties or whatever still there, but usually the top comes off. And then the third set, that's when it's full on gung-ho commando type shit. And usually the third set is usually when everyone starts, putting down the money, because of course they want them to show me the money and type shit. So, you know what I'm saying? When they're fully naked, that's when they really want to get up close and personal. Like I said before, it depends on the stripper's attitude, how they're feeling at the time, to depend on what they give you. Sometimes they can give you just, a titty swing, or sometimes they'll just flash their butt at you or whatever, and then take the money. Or other times they'll get physical. A couple times a stripper put a $1 bill in my mouth, and then she came up close with her chesties and sort of squeezed the boobs to pull the $1 bills out of my mouth. Mom, Dad, if you're watching, stop watching. I forgot to say that earlier, but yeah, stop. No, don't do it. Your poor innocent child is not as innocent as he used to be. Anyways, now that they're gone, some strippers can like shove your face in their chest, shove your face in their hoo-ha, or whatever, you know, slap your face against their ass, or they'll let you grab them, let you squeeze them, let you spank them. It depends. It entirely depends on the stripper. Also, I've noticed it also depends on who they're stripping to. A lot of the time, based on my observations, they get more physical towards the more shyer ones, the ones that they feel they are de-virginizing, they're cherry popping. It gives them a little bit more excitement. A lot of the times, the more confident, the more you know, braggadocious, the more drunk, the more loud the guy is, the less likely they are to approach them, because they're used to that. They're used to seeing that type of guy, you know. And of course, that type of guy gets annoying to everybody. So obviously, don't be that type of guy. Be the guy who's there just to enjoy them. That's there to appreciate what they see, not the ones that expect the service just because they lay out money or something. I've seen a guy who laid out like 5, 7, 10 bucks on the row, right? And he was expecting, he was getting loud, he was getting, you know, he was drunk, and the stripper just looked at him, and it was towards the end of her set, or like at the end of her set, looked at him, swiped the money into the freaking dance floor, and just walked away. And he was like, what the fuck, man? You know, don't be that guy. It's human nature. Nobody likes assholes. I mean, some do. You know, some girls like the bad boy, but not the drunk bad boy. Nah, not that one. Be the reserved. Be the sort of timid, the sort of shy. But you can also fake that. Like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And then, you know, whatever. Surprise me. Like, oh, you naughty boy. Slap in the face. Speaking of slap in the face, I don't recommend going there on your birthday, because strippers do tend to get very violent on birthday participants. So just keep that in mind. I think for me, the best time I've had is not when strippers give me a lap dance or whatever. It's when I bring a female, you know, friend, coworker, or whatever with me, because strippers like that. They like messing with the females more so than the guys. The stripper will make out with the females. The stripper will try to bring the female up with them and try to strip them, you know what I'm saying? The last time I went with a friend, a couple friends, and a lesbian friend. All of us guys were more interested in the lesbian getting, you know, getting worked on. Like, the stripper was like pulling her shirt up, and me and my friends were looking more at the lesbian than the stripper, and we're like, oh shit, no, ah, wah! That you can have a great time. Strippers love females or some shit like that. So, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a good time. You can do $1 or $2 at a time, and the stripper will give you equal amount of whatever they give, depending. Yeah, you can put $1 down, they'll rub their, you know, they rub their boobs in your face or whatever. You can put $4 down, they maybe take a little longer. I don't know. Like I said, depends on the stripper. So I do know someone that works at a strip club. Wink. Maybe he can give me insight. This is just based off of going there. Yeah, that's my general tips and tricks. It's pretty simple stuff. Like, just be respectful to the stripper, and the stripper will be more than accommodating to you and stuff. So anyways, leading on to the story. This is the story time section. I actually got a lap dance from an actual porn star once. I know, shocking. Now, it's not any sort of most popular type of porn star, you know. Mom, dad, if you're still watching, look away. Okay, stop right now, please. Your little boy is not so innocent. He does watch a little pornography every now and then. But yeah, so anyways, this was like a few years ago, right? This is a while ago, back when there was a strip club called Crazy Horse. I don't think it's open anymore, but yeah, when it was open, I was still working at Cold Stone, and a couple coworkers of mine were like, hey, let's go to a strip club. So we did. When the stripper came out, I was like, holy shit, that's a porn star that I've seen before. I know this because I did my research. Beforehand, when I was working at Cold Stone, this same stripper would come to my work and order something, you know, order some sort of ice cream or whatever, and then sit outside in the outside tables. And my Cold Stone has glass walls, so I can see outside. And then so while she was sitting there, I'd be looking at her like, damn, why the hell does she look so familiar? After a few times of her coming by, it clicked in my head. I'm like, holy shit, that's her. That's fucking, like, oh my god, right? The name of the porn star, she's no longer active or anything, but her name was Velvet Rose. The reason why I know of her is because at that time, I'm trying to be honest here, okay, I had a little fetish for the machine thing, you know what I'm saying? Fucking machines. Mom, dad, stop now, please. I wasn't feeling the whole looking at a dude's dong going into the girl. like up close, like this close. You see the I. No, I wasn't really into that. I was more into the girl, right? And so I stumbled upon this sort of niche of porn where it's just a girl and these machines, and you just see like the girl in like uninhibited like ecstasy, right? Like these machines can go on for fucking hours, if you will, you know. So it felt more real that way, you know. You've seen like some porn stars where it looks like they're just faking, like, oh my god, you're so big, and then like you're looking at it, it's like, oh, it's not. Not really. So this felt more genuine. Okay, so at the time I stumbled upon this website, right? And you know, I'm gonna be honest here, you know, I hope I don't get like in trouble or anything, but it was a, you know, membership only website where you have to pay for membership. I didn't pay, you know. I searched through these, you know, websites that happen to just put on passwords or whatever. So I found one and I went in and then I just like went ham. Not literally, but you get what I'm saying. So I stumbled upon this girl named Velvet Rose. What drew me to her was just her like lack of enthusiasm. Like she was so sassy when she was, you know, performing. Like there was this affiliate website called, I believe, Hogtied or some shit like that, where they get, there's like a form of bondism or some shit like that, where like there's another girl that like disciplines for being, you know, betraying your master. Who's your master? Blah, whoosh, whoosh. And like they would whip her and then she'd be like, bitch, you know, did you just whip me? Oh my god. So, I don't know, it just drew me to her. And her hair, she had like this white platinum blonde dreadlocks, and I'm just like, here's this half black half white mixed girl with black plaid dreadlocks, platinum dreadlock, not giving a fuck. Basically. And I'm just looking at this, I'm like, wow, she's interesting. Anyways, flash forward, she ends up stripping on Guam. And I believe at the time, I don't know if they still do this, but at that time, they would recruit people from other places to perform. Basically, they'll be like, hey, we'll give you a place to stay. You know, you can earn so and so much money. Just come here, you know. We need talent, basically. So they would recruit porn stars, other strippers from other places. Like when we recently went, there was a New Zealander, you know. It's like, have you ever been stripped from New Zealand there before? Sorry about the accent. It's like, congratulations, you just got your first New Zealand strip dance or some shit like that. So there was African American strippers, there was white strippers, there were strippers that I didn't expect to be there when I got there. I was like, wow, am I in the States? How did you, what? So obviously they're probably still recruiting from other places, because, you know, like I'm not gonna say that, you know, the local talent isn't great. Most of the good local talent are Instagram models, you know, bikini models. They're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna wanna fucking strip. Why get naked when I can get the same amount of attention and probably maybe the amount of money if I'm clothed, right? So all the good stuff is taken. All you got left is like whoever needs the money. It's like, I ain't that great looking, but I'm willing to, you know, I'm willing to fill up the 2 p.m. spot. Let me go. Yeah, local talent isn't that great. I haven't seen a lot of local talent. And of course, it's a small island. They probably don't want to be like shamed by family members, or like if they're going to school, they're gonna be gawked by other, you know, some dudes like, hey, yo, that stripper over there? Shit, let's say, what's up, girl? I pay you 50 bucks to suck my... That's my story, right? So we went to Crazy Horse, we sat on the banister, all bunch of us, and then coming to the stage, blah, 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 blah. And then when she came out, I'm like, whoa, that's her. I didn't go there to expect that was her. Like, I didn't know where she worked at the time. I'm like, whoa, that's the porn star. I couldn't say it to my friends because they'd be like, how did you know? And I'm like, but yeah, so I kept it to myself, put a couple dollars. She did put the dollar bill in my mouth and sort of squeeze it out. And yeah, that was my first experience with an actual porn star. So ain't that a great story? Anyways, that's it for today, guys. I hope you don't think of me as some sort of perverted old man or some shit like that. This was a long time ago, okay? When times were better, like when you can do shit, you can hang out more longer, you can stay out longer, drink later, and times were crazy back then. But now it's all PG-13 and shit. Not at the strip clubs though. You can still do whatever the fuck you want there as long as they let you. But everything else, I already discussed this on a previous video. But there's my guide to Guam strip clubs and my story of how I got a lap dance from a real porn star. Love, peace, and chicken grease.